Whoa, how about that? What's going on, YouTube? So
everybody's seen our fancy. We got fancy new intros and everything. We are upgraded.
Hopefully they can see my dance move. That opening song was awesome.
I know, a countdown.
The countdown was like, yeah.
We we'll have to save that one of these times. Just seeing all of us like just jamming out, like
stepping our game up. All right, so we are Thin Line Defense, as most of you may know. We have Walsh with us today, Jason, and I'm Cody. So we're going to just have a live chat here. We got a couple things on the docket that we're going to talk to. We normally fly off the rails and just talk about whatever comes up. But what's up, Misfit? Hey, first thing I want to point out, and this is a huge thank you to YouTube and our followers. We hit 3,000 subscribers today. Great job, team. Huge shout out, huge thank you to our followers and our subscribers. We appreciate you guys. Without you guys, this would not be happening. But we are excited about how the channel's growing, and we look forward to seeing where we go from here. But I'll kick it off to you guys. We got any little intros that you want to talk about, or we can jump right into it?
Well, I think it would be happening. It would just be us talking to each other, though. Who would have less interaction with people? Yeah, that's true.
I want to just say hi to Misfit. One of us was saying we have 3,000 subscribers. He's with us the whole time, so big thanks. We also got Joe here, Harry, one of our Patreons. So big thanks, guys, both of you. Misfit, yes, I am working on the Odin Mark III belt. I even mentioned it in my next video. So if you have to comment on it, know that I'm speaking directly to you.
Hey, you guys are our OG subscribers, so we're, huge hugs and kisses for you guys. Thank you.
I like that, OG subscribers.
Mm-hmm. The originals.
Yeah.
Walsh, go ahead and kick it off on your Gray Ghost gear.
All right. So, this week we did the review of the Gray Ghost gear SMC plate carrier. This was really, I know it sounds kind of weird, but this was my first time I was ever dealing with like the tubes. I know, Cody, we had used those actual like interlocks, the actual like, what are those called? Like
I'll have to look up the brand. Yeah, they're just a little. Well, ours are like the polymer Cobra Beckle, but yeah.
Yeah, so me and Cody had used those in the past. I hadn't used the actual tubes before, so I didn't realize like how awesome they are. And everyone else in the group may be like, well, obviously, Walsh, you're the one who doesn't know. But the fact that you have them everywhere, so you have like, if you need to ditch the whole plate carrier, you could. If you needed to just connect it up fast, you could. The craziest thing about that plate carrier is I didn't find something that I'm like, oh man, like that was dumb. There wasn't one piece of it where I was like, oh, you guys should have done something on the front plate placard. Oh wait, you did. You did do the hooks for the front plate placard. And what's interesting is I kind of look at their plate carrier as the design standard for others. Like if I'm looking at some other plate carriers and someone's saying like, hey, what do you think about our plate carrier? I'm immediately like saying like, okay, do you have a hook for the placards? Oh, you don't. Okay, well, we can use the axle adapter like we talked about. Mm-hmm. We can do that and put it on there. We all kind of like these front placards. And then looking at the rear of the bag too, like the whole thing's moly. You see a lot of these companies that are doing this super annoying thing where they only put enough moly on the back to connect in their own panels. It's like the third strip and like the 8th strip. And it's like, oh, thanks, guys. So they did a full moly panel so you can connect up Cry stuff, you can connect up LV119 stuff. It doesn't matter. And you can connect up everybody's stuff. And then the zipper is the full-size zipper, so you can connect up all the normal Cry backpacks. Everything is awesome because it's just well thought out. I didn't like two things I didn't like. I know I mentioned it before. I don't like how we can't fit those LA police gear plates in there. I really am a fan of those plates, particularly at that price. I'll put a link to the discount code in the chat in just a second. But those plates are really nice, and that's kind of what a lot of people are going to. They're going to those thicker plates. If you see it like the RMA 1092 plates, those just don't fit. They're just, you got to really, I could probably step on it and shove it in there and just destroy it, but it's just not going to fit. And the inner pads, and this just may be a me problem, but the way my chest sits, it then just puts all of the pressure of that plate carrier in like a 1-inch strip on either side of my chest. And I'm like, man, I'm holding this whole thing up with just a 1-inch strip on the front and a 1-inch on the back.
Yeah.
On my,
You're gonna take that off, and you're gonna have like chafed nipples.
yeah, and I have the pontoons on the S10. So like this has something similar where it has like the pontoons. This is a super genius plate here too. But these have just regular old pads, and these are just thin and smashable and easy to use. And these don't cause that problem at all. And they just allow for ventilation, which I know that's what they're trying to get at with the SMC. It just doesn't work out right.
They're just more rigid. Is that the issue?
Yeah, the other ones, they don't really give. Like, think of it like almost like memory foam. Like when you first get on it, it's just like hitting a rock. And it just doesn't really give. It starts to kind of settle, but I just never got into a super good, comfortable position. And then when I got in the prone position, I was like, like this is just right into my chest in just these spots.
They may break in over time as you get sweat and as you use them some more. They may break in a little bit.
Yeah, Harry had a question here about the LA Police Gear level 3 didn't fit either, or was it the level 3 you tried? I only tried the level 4, so I'd have to. Maybe we can pull up the website. I'll pull it up when we're talking about when Jason's talking about it, and see if I can find out what the width is of the level 3. See if it's any different. Just know that if you have a 1-inch profile, you're probably going to have issues with that Grey Ghost Gear SMC. I would recommend something like HESCO 4401s or ESAPI plates, a little more normal standard military issue. Just know that's what they kind of went for, where those LA Police Gear, the RMA 1092s, those are a little more civilianized plates. So if you're going to go for the Grey Ghost, know that they went for a military.
Yeah.
So a little bit thinner. Yeah.
The other thing too about Grey Ghost, so Grey Ghost actually has their own level 4 plates, and they're so lightweight they're actually they float. And I can't remember what their thickness is, but I'm assuming that they would have to make it so it'll fit in the SMC.
Yeah, no, I would assume so too. Hey Joe, welcome to the chat.
Welcome, Joe.
Hey, thanks. I'm gonna be messing with some of my settings on speakerphone. I wasn't ready for this chat. Sorry.
We can remove you temporarily if you like.
No, that's okay. Give me 2
We're
seconds.
just talking about plate carriers and talking about that Grey Ghost SMC. And as I said, I didn't think I'd really like it that much, but that rear panel, that like a fully removable rear panel, was way more useful than I thought it would be. Like from a team aspect, like if we were all going to pick, like if we had like an actual, like, hey, we need to perform A, B, C, and D missions, I'd be like, all right, get the Grey Ghost SMC, and we'll just buy the rear panels for the different missions, and then you can just swap them all out. You don't have to switch any gear anytime. Well, then you can just take Placard off, zip on a new panel, and be like, okay, we are here. Like I could do breaching. Like we're gonna do breaching charge. Okay, cool. Okay, oh no, we want to run light. We want to run light and thin. Okay, just rip everything off. Like, okay, cool. We don't need any of that stuff. So
Yeah.
I thought it was neat how you could adapt to the different missions.
So did everybody already speak? Sorry, Cody. I guess not.
Go ahead.
I was asking if everybody already spoke their piece about that.
No, we just kind of started.
No, Braden just kind of went through his likes and dislikes, but I was going to just ask, so, Axel has that kit so you could do the placards on, plate carriers that don't necessarily have that capabilities, but have we found a company that has something similar for the back panels, or?
Oh, you mean for like the zipper adapters?
Yeah.
I have. So Grey Ghost actually does have a zipper adapter, but it needs to have a full Molly panel. But their zipper adapter goes from cry to cry. So, and also if you have if you have like a Molly backing and no zipper, it's basically Molly on one side, zipper, Molly. So however you want to interface that, it can go either way, use one side or the other. I have tried and used that before. It was pretty effective.
Okay. What did you have to add, Joe?
I'm not with Walsh on this one. Like, so you just put a whole bunch of stuff on your back that you can't get to unless you take your armor off. That's what you did. So you have to have a buddy system. Like anything that you're carrying, you're not carrying your Lunchables, you're carrying my Lunchables.
No, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like from a team, like very much from a team standpoint. If it's just like an individual, like, hey, here's my individual civilian carrier, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But like if all four of us were going to go somewhere, yeah, I would carry Cody. like however we would stack up,
I would just take a backpack and dump out whatever I had in it, and then put what you wanted in the backpack, and then carry the backpack.
Yeah,
I don't understand it. I'm not saying that anybody's wrong. If you like it, and run with it. If you train with it and you can use it, then more power to you. But for me personally, I don't think I would ever buy that. Ever.
I'd say that if you have a zippered pack, you're wrong. I'll say it.
You'll say it.
I'm getting Walsh. Gosh.
But no, the zipper.
If we do that, I feel sorry for whoever has to carry. Go ahead.
Cody's bunch of balls.
It does challenge me. Like the pack itself, it does challenge me. I could see the panel more than the backpack. Like the panel being able to like switch out some whatever you want to put on there. Like you said though, like who you
like what? Like what? Somebody else. Like, are you going to carry my ammo for me? Like you're just the pack mule.
No, we're talking about like breaching. Like that's what we need, breaching equipment. And the breacher is Cody. Then I'm carrying the breaching equipment. It wouldn't make much sense for him to carry.
Yeah.
So there's some people that do that, but like I'll tell you, for us, the way we train, the breacher is usually third or fourth in the stack, and they stand a little outside the line, and they don't have a weapon in hands. Like they have the freaking hammer in hands, or they have a breaching tool in hands. Breacher up, you come up, you smack that door, and then as soon as it's open, get the hell out of the way and let the rest of the team. As you go throw that, you pull your pistol or pull your rifle out, and then you fall in at the last of the line.
Sure.
Yeah. And in a end of the world scenario where we would be breaching into buildings or whatever, I'm gonna let you huff and puff on the door while I just throw a rock through the window.
That's good. Shoot it. Hey, I put the discount code for LA Police Gear in the chat too, so everyone can see it.
So was it Mark? Is Mark from the CEO for LA Police Gear? So we had talked to him about like some kind of kit or backpack that you could pull over.
Yeah.
Pull over to the front and access the pockets that way. I would love to collaborate with somebody and make that pack. I think whoever comes out with that's going to make $1 gazillion.
Yeah. Being able to access it yourself makes way more sense. Like as you guys said, especially from an individual standpoint, like why am I carrying Joe's gear? Why is he carrying mine? If I could carry my own, flip it over, access it, reattach it, and then clip it back down to secure it, that'd be way better.
I think there's a lot of people that, and Joe and Cody, they may agree with this. I feel like your first mission out, unless you have someone that's like a good person to tell you what to take or what not to take, it's terrible. Like you have a freaking water bladder on the back and you're hunched over in the Mat V, and it's just uncomfortable. I was listening to a podcast with this. It was a Navy SEAL or Army Ranger or something, and he said like first time out, I think they were in Iraq. First mission, they had like 11 magazines and they had freaking 100 pounds of gear. And he said by the end of it, it was no sidearm, no pistol. They had 4 magazines plus 1 in the gun. Like they just shed weight. And the old adage that I think of is, ounces equals pounds, pounds equals pain. The more pounds that you can shed, if I can say that right, the happier your life is going to be.
Yeah, and there'll be some naysayers that are like, I would never do anything without a backup firearm. But it all depends on what your mission set is. We weren't there with them. They could have just been doing patrol house, around the perimeter fence. I don't know what they were doing.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you're spot on, Jason. When I first started going outside the wire on my deployments, I think I probably had like 50 pounds of gear. And by the time that I'm cutting out of there, I just had the minimal that I could carry and something to write with.
Yeah. I remember I asked you, Joe, remember I was talking about, seeing all the hydration carriers on the back. And I think you were the one that told me, you were like, dude, don't do it. I learned a horrible lesson about doing that. I showed up one day, like Jason said, I showed up, loaded up with water, and then realized I have no way to get rid of this. Yeah. And I'm stuck with it.
Yeah, it was actually during training, and it annoyed me so much that I just popped the end off of my hydration pack and emptied all my water out onto the ground. Getting in and out of vehicle. If you're on foot patrol, then take your hydration pack. You're going to need it. But if you're going vehicle mounted, leave your water in the vehicle. That's what it's there for.
But even
if you're in a survival situation where you're having to evade and escape and get back, you'll find water. You'll find water that you'll drink and then take some strong antibiotics later on.
I would think though, even if you're on foot though, you'd want to have a backpack that you could take off.
Yeah, put your hydration in the backpack. A backpack solves all the problems, in my opinion. The straps do get cumbersome, especially when you're wearing kit. But that's what that center clip is for, is to bring those pads in, right, and put them right over top of your kit, and then you're good to go. Now, they can get a little bit in the way of some of the stuff that you have, but you just have to set up your gear correctly,
Yeah, you can plan accordingly for that.
Yeah, do you need all 7 magazine or 10 magazine on the front of your plate carrier? Do you need that? Or could you put 5 of them in your backpack, and just have 3 up front or whatever? You just have to go out and use it.
Yeah. That's the interesting thing we talk about, At some point you're going to get into cover. So it's always they'll stack up with 7 mags. Dude, you're not going to be out in the open or not in a spot where you couldn't index some even weird position mag, because you're going to be behind cover at some point.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And if you're dropping 10 mags at things and you didn't have a chance to just drop your backpack or something else, you're not surviving it anyway. So
yeah. Making a lot
that's like what is it? World War Z? That's like World War Z zombies. If you're mag dumping 10 mags, huh?
Those are fast zombies.
Yeah, you're not surviving it.
No. Just kicking back for a second, Misfit did mention there's nothing like that on the market. Agreed. Particularly one that clips in and then unclips so you can flip back over.
Yeah, so sorry.
I found that you can actually clip some of them into a front plate placard. There's actually ways to do it on the flat pack. And you can flip it over, but there's no way to secure it on the bottom then, so it just flops around. You can't.
Yeah.
There's no way. You can't do it.
So there's a company out there that has a backpack that unhooks and turns into body armor. So it's made for people at schools and stuff like that. They can throw the backpack on. Yeah. They grab something right over their shoulder and pull, and the whole thing comes over. Buckle it in. Now they have body armor on. But I don't know about something where it's body armor and it has a backpack that you can easily bring over and mess with.
No. If you're that worried about getting to it that quickly, then just get a normal backpack and sew in 2 I don't know what they're called, but the little plastic clips into the bottom. So you could just squeeze them, bloop, and your whole backpack falls off you. Or do the single sling backpack. So I don't know.
LA Police Gear actually has that on their backpacks. If you see their backpacks or shoulder straps, they have 2 belt buckles right up here by the shoulder blade, and then they make a front pouch that has a little zipper that you can buckle in and then zipper up, and it's great for hiking because you have a spot that you can keep a gun in a chest rig type position, but it's just a LA Police Gear front pouch. I don't know what they call it.
Then you can have boob sweat.
Yeah.
I think that's why nobody makes the one that flips over yet, because that's already been in existence for a long time. It's called a backpack. That's what it's called.
So overall, though, I was pretty surprised by the Grey Ghost SMC. I think there's kind of like what we're alluding to. I think there's if you have a team, I think from a team mission set, it could be very useful. From individuals, civilian use, I think it would be a little bit limited because you wouldn't be able to maximize the usage of that kit. Like the team saying, I don't know why I would zip on a 3-to-1 pack, particularly if I'm going to go out for 3 days. I would have a hard time using that when it's stuck to me. I would probably even then take everything off and just wear it as a backpack, even if I was going to bring it, and just take it apart that way. So I did like that plate carrier, though. I was pretty impressed. One thing I was saying, Joe, I just didn't like the strip padding. It just didn't work out very well for me.
I saw that in your video, especially when you went prone, that it just gave, it was stiff, so it just gave a 1-inch section of contact points all the way down your chest.
Yeah, that's all it basically did. So all the force was just right in a small area. I think it could be easy to tweak, though.
The clips seem really cool, but the first thing that went through my mind is, what if that breaks? If that breaks, then you're just SOL. Unless you have that cool backpack thing that goes around your waist, and then you can buckle it in front of you. And then you'll be good. But
yeah,
I'd also be
There's
curious
nothing wrong with
about-
Velcro. Sorry,
Yeah.
Cody.
No, I was just going to say I'd be curious if it have the same issue that the Serpa holsters have. You get some gravel or little grains of sand in there. If that gums up, and that'd be something I'd like to see.
Ooh, that'd be a good idea. Maybe we can go take it out there and just muck
Drag
it
it.
up
Torch
and
test
try
it.
to actually close it up
Yeah.
still, or damage it a little. To be honest with you, like what happens when you damage some of those buckles?
Right.
They can't close or open.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not saying like shot. I think shot gonna destroy it. But what if like you took a hard fall on a rock? That happens all the time. Shoot, I've done that just walking. So I mean, you could take a hard fall on a rock and then your gear kind of worthless. So if you had it, I would try to do something like have some paracord there that I could like pull out and then reach it over and at least connect it.
That'd be good because there is actually there would at least be the fabric loops where you could do that. At least that's a smart idea, just in case. And you even have that little that sack for the side pouches. You could easily put that paracord in there for like an
put paracord with like a little hook that you could just take out, bring over, and hook into anything on the front of your.
Yeah, just in case emergency.
kit.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should play with that though. One thing we did work with LA Police Gear on also, and Joe, I'm gonna put this one in. We actually got Joe picked up a set of LA Police Gear level 4 plates and that sweet multicam. I think Cody has it too. And they're actually nice enough to throw in an extra level 4 plate for us to shoot at. So we're going to actually test it and see if it's any good. Harry said, yes, sir. We're talking about the tubes. Yeah, to see what happens if they took a strike. Are you going to be SOL? Like what would happen if would it bust open? Now you're sitting there and you can't even put your plate carrier on because you fell on a rock.
It's just all flopping around. Or what about Cody? What Cody was talking about, like if you're low crawling and you get some sand in there, is it going to prevent you from unhooking it?
Yeah, and if there's enough dirt in there, if it stays in there, hooking it back up.
Yeah.
I say we do. I say we just load it up with some dirt and try it out.
Yeah,
we could do some stress tests on a couple different characters.
So on that,
I want to destroy this.
On that shellback tactical, I have those little on the cummerbund, but if those fail, I can just pull them off and use the regular cummerbund.
Okay,
that's the same with all my S-Tac. Like how we do it. If mine fail, you just rip them off and you just connect via the elastic, and you just sound annoying, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
No, at least it's usable.
Yeah.
Right. But when I was installing it, I had considered cutting that. But now I'm like, no, I'm going to leave it. If these buckles fail, I'll have a backup.
Harry was saying, I believe you still have the Velcro on the original cummerbund. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
So Walsh was saying about the plates. I got from. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were waiting.
So there's just no way. You can open it up and put it in there, but there's no Velcro on the cummerbund at all. So the only way to attach it is by this.
If that breaks, Braden.
Yep.
If those break, are they sewn into the loops, or can you replace them?
I think I've seen these installed before. I think there's a break in them. I can't seem to find it though.
Okay.
So these ones may be sewn. I can't feel a break, but I've seen some other ones when you go to install them, like the Cry ones have a break in it, so that you can install
little
them
notch.
them.
Yeah,
the little notch in the center. I've seen those before, but these ones I don't think do.
Yeah.
So
Walsh's video worked on me, and I think that's what sold Cody. That way, Cody. The LA Police Gear. I'm sorry, but you can't beat that. Now that I see it in person, so Walsh got it. I watched that video, and I said, "Man, I'm going to get one of those." And that's what I did, stimulating the economy with my stimulus check. So I reached out to LA Police Gear. I went online. Did just like everybody else, threw everything in my cart, used our discount code, got my 10% off, had it shipped to me, and then after I created my order, when I had Walsh reach out and say, hey, if they want to save on shipping and want me to shoot a plate, then throw an extra one in there, which they did. So we have a level 4 plate to shoot. And what nobody here knows, none of the M3 guys, is actually I talked to Sean from We Like Shooting today, and he has an identical plate to shoot. So nice. We're going to collaborate on it, and we're probably going to shoot one with just like a couple of rounds, with the handgun and rifle. And then we're either going to do more testing with more different calibers on the second plate, or we're just going to take 7.62 and we're going to pound that plate and see how many rounds it takes in a good area before something goes through. So throw it down in the comments. What do you want to see? Do you want to see a more variety of different calibers, or do you want to see one of those plates just get hammered with 7.62 by 39?
I'm curious because you see the NJ standard and it says like can take 3 hits from it, but you know it can. And sometimes it depends on placement, but I'd love to see almost 3 just like stacked.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like just drawing a circle like this big around and just shooting for that circle every time. Like I'm not going to try to put one on top of the other.
Yeah, you kind of have that LAP police gear.
Yeah, it does.
Emblem.
That's right. It has the circle on it already. So just try to focus all the fire on that.
It's almost like they thought of what you were going to do.
Right?
They knew.
See, LA police gear gets me. They're like, Joe's going to want to shoot this.
Yeah.
There you go.
One more quick one. He's asking real quick, just Harry, I want to specify if it's for you. No, this cummerbund is not cut in half. It's not split in half. This is just a pocket that they sewed in to put in the 6x6 plate. So it's just the same on either side, the mesh and the molly. If this were to break or bust, you would have to find some other way to reconnect it, like Joe was saying, that you'd have to have some sort of paracord or hook or something. So it's interesting, though, because that's kind of the standard now. You'll see in Cry and everybody else, and even LV119, that's the standard everyone's using is those tubes.
Yeah, and it works for different environments, right? If you're doing, if you're law enforcement and you're doing roving patrol, then that would work just fine for you. If you're, 10 clicks outside the wire in Afghanistan, you might want to reconsider because you might have to get 10 clicks back.
Yeah, and some of our guys had to do that.
Yeah.
And the fact that it would probably take a beating, I'm with you. It would concern me. I'd want to go beat it up just to find out. To know, like, okay, what happens when it gets hit with a massive rock? Like you fall on a rock on your body. Boom.
Yeah.
What happens to it?
I still have Afghanistan sand in my paraclete.
Do you? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. And if I'm telling you right now, because if you set it up your kit right, you're supposed to get most of the weight off your shoulder, right? Yeah. If that breaks and you're carrying all that weight from all your gear on your shoulders, I'm just destroying it at location. Like, I'm going to risk it. I am not carrying that on my shoulder or in my hand for 10 clicks. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to shove all my mags into my pocket, take my IFAK off, and light it on fire and walk away.
Oh, sorry. I do want to go back. That's one thing I like about the actual elastic ones a little bit better. If I want to just adjust like this much or that much, like it's pretty easy to just be like, oh, okay, here, right here. Oh, that's better. Or like, I'm going to get a little bit tighter. Oh, I just ate. You could change kind of the way it fits by little portions. The way that having the tube connect right into the front of the plate carrier, there's no way to adjust it. And so
you have to take it off and adjust it from the back.
From the back in 1-inch segments. So it's hard to get it perfect. And that's why Cody and I, we like those, the buckle ones, the Cobra buckle ones, because then on the inside of it, you can just pull that tighter if you just need to do a quick adjustment to it. So that's one thing. I got a lot of weight on my shoulders from the Grey Ghost SMC because it was one of two situations where it was either too tight or too loose. I couldn't get it in like that perfect setting. So yeah, I guess that's one I didn't think about. That is a little more annoying than the other ones.
Yeah, or throw a sweatshirt on and now it doesn't close.
And then you got to take the whole back apart, which is frustrating.
Yep. Cody, I like the flag, bro.
Yeah, Cody. We're talking about how fancy his backgrounds are compared to ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my messy room. Like,
yeah, I got to do some.
I didn't have any time to prep.
You guys got this sweet door to look at.
Yeah.
Misfit said, your tips on putting my plate carrier worked out great. There's barely any weight on my shoulders. So awesome, man. Good to hear that everything worked out for me last week. That's awesome. So now it's probably a lot more comfortable when you actually put it on the right way and you can hold it a lot longer. I know my shoulders don't like to feel that.
Yeah. If you're sitting down a lot, it really doesn't matter. If you're walking any type of distance, even a mile, you're going to love it. So great. I'm glad it worked out for you, man.
I was going to hold on to that question. As what Shut said, hit your plate with 7.62. I'm sure that's the plan. And Harry goes, what was it again? Lift shoulders and exhale or inhale?
So when you go to put it on, put it all on, get ready to tighten it, shrug up like this, suck in your gut as far as you can, suck in that gut, get it as tight as you can, and then relax. And it should stay off your shoulders. It should stay. Now, granted, you start moving around and I'm going to come down a little bit, but while you're walking at any time, if the weight's too much on your shoulder, you just do this and it pulls it back off your shoulders again. It should distribute the weight evenly across here and all of your midsection.
Cody was actually talking about, we got to finish the details, but he was actually talking about getting a video, a sizing video too, to make sure you're actually putting the plates in the right place. Yeah. There's a lot of little nuances that if you get it set up right, it's really comfortable. And if you don't, it's really obnoxious.
Yeah. Walsh likes his high up on it back. But if you put the front plate up here and your bottom plate's 2 inches below, you're still getting shot in the lungs. Never good.
Yeah. That's it. Just I don't like having that exposed. You can get my lungs from the back, no big deal.
Yeah.
The size and plate carriers is like telling somebody what size underwear to get. So, I mean, we could tell you how we like to do it, and then it may not work, exactly that way for you. So, just trial and error type of thing. You could fit it on perfectly, but once you get all your gear on, you start running around. Who knows what it's gonna do? You could get some hot spots on your shoulders or on your chest. Like Jason was saying earlier, you could rub your titties raw. I mean, it just depends.
Joe missed that one.
Yeah, I did. So that was great, though.
You just got to drift.
Yeah. Misfits asking, and this is kind of a good segue into some of the other reviews of this week. Do you guys run a light on your plate carrier? I guess more of a you guys question, because I would think I kind of have my input from a civilian and from my time doing some SEER stuff, but you guys are going to have more input on that.
Yeah, so I'll take it. If I have a light on my weapon, then I'm probably not taking more ounces to equal pound to equal pain. If I don't have a light on my weapon, then yes, I have a little pouch. I normally kept it over here. I have a little pouch on my plate carrier.
Yeah, same.
I'm trying to think.
Sorry, go ahead, Cody.
Go ahead.
So same thing as Joe. So depending on what pistol I'm running, I'll either have a weapon light on my pistol or not go with one. If I don't have one, I have an admin pouch on my duty vest, and where it has a flashlight holder built into it. So that's where I usually keep my flashlight. But I don't know if Misfit's asking kind of like what we talked about, like having a Perun permanently hooked in that just is hooked into the molly. Yeah, kind of like that. I don't do that. I have a flashlight that I want to get out and look around with, but I'm searching buildings and I'm searching containers and crap like that. So I need I need it to be, I don't know, have direction.
Yeah, like if we were walking in the woods, no, not even then. It's neat to show what you could connect, but from a survival evasion standpoint, light is your enemy. That's the biggest thing. I would probably go as long as I could without any light whatsoever. Even if I have the cool little Baton 3, which the half a lumen, even then I probably wouldn't use it given an evasion scenario. I would go as long as I could without needing a light. And it gives away your position. Even if we're tracking somebody else, and if one of us is running a light on their chest, I'd be like, "What are you doing, man?" Now everybody knows where we are.
I'd shoot you in the leg.
Yeah.
Or having red filters.
Yeah, red filter help.
Red filters are big help.
So Cody and Jason, we were all in the same unit, if you can't tell. We all got issued that little light that actually went into the molly, and it was pretty cool. You could clip it down, had 3 LED, and you can fold it. It had a ratchet that you could fold down and right, had little pop-up filters. Super cool light, and that's what we were going back to. I wore that for about the first month outside the wire, and then took it right off my vest. It got in the way. It was just ridiculous. And when I wanted to point at something without turning my whole body, you can't do that. So that came off. Regular flashlight, a Surefire, I think, with the IR filter on it.
Yep.
That went in my little pouch, and that's what I ran for the rest of the deployment.
In reality, I would probably do a pistol, some sort of small pouch that just has a flashlight in it that would be out of the way, but not necessarily like we have the Perun. I think it looks cool, but functionally, mission-wise, it would be weird to see that.
So, again, we harp on this, I think, every time we get into these conversations, but, your mission's going to dictate your gear. So I can still go find my little admin pouch, but I had an IR strobe in there. I had the little fireflies or something like that. It was like this big. You turn it and it just strobes. Boop, IR strobe. Boop, boop. And then I had a little one that clips on the top of a 9-volt battery. That thing was this big, and I had it in my pouch. So if I needed it, just put it on a 9-volt battery. I'll throw it out somewhere, and that's your IR. But if you're not working with people that have the means to see that, then that's pointless. But I had that all over my gear.
Even the Perun, I think you can hold it down, and it'll go into do an SOS. It'll actually so you can put it on your pack, and it'll flash in the actual SOS. So like you said, though, it all depends on the mission and what you're trying to do. Like, why would you normally want that?
Yeah, if you're going hiking, that's great. Like if you're going hiking and get lost, that's amazing. Yeah. Because then anybody with IR from a helicopter can see that 100 miles away. Like they would just see the whole force glowing SOS, you know?
Yeah.
So if you're going hiking, take that.
Yeah.
If you're going
purple.
If you're going hunting, then don't take that. Don't take that.
What did Jason say the other day? You can't see purple in the dark.
That was the biggest thing. I was like, why do I got a purple one? Like, bro, you can't see in the dark anyway.
Right.
That's true.
Flashlights are made to be used at night.
Yeah, Misfit, thanks for the questions, man. These are good questions, and I don't want you to think that they're dumb questions. There's things that like I do too, and I'm asking these guys too. I'm like, hey, I'm going to put this light on there. I'm like, all right, well, what are you going to use that for? They're like, oh, good call.
Like that one's a little different because you can use that as a handheld flashlight. You just got to be aware of what angle. I mean, it's basically those old school military flashlights that they would issue us, at basic. The plastic ones. Yeah, the periscope. It's the exact same thing. It's just handheld now, and it's way more efficient.
How do I put it in the SOS mode again? Oh.
I thought you double tap, 3 taps. I don't remember.
Not 2. Oof.
Oh God.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah. It's the 3. You did it 3 times, and it'll start SOSing for you. So anyway, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate these kind of questions, Misfit, but also understand that we are not 100 a level Call of Duty dudes either. So we have advice that we like to give, and we like to talk about this stuff, but by no means are we the experts.
And it's funny, the 3 of us have all done the same mission in the same sandbox, and you'll still get a different answer from the 3 of us.
Oh yeah, we disagree all the time on stuff.
All the time.
Yeah.
Like if Misfit ran the light and he's like, well, I found it useful here and there, I'd be like, oh, cool, noted. And you're not wrong. You know what I'm saying?
So to kind of jump in on a viewer comment, the last TacPack that I did had that little tiny keychain knife, and I was just like, what am I ever going to use this for? Some guy had said, I put that on my camper keychain, and I thought, I just bought a camper. I'm going to throw that on my camper keychain because it's nice to have a bottle opener and a little knife to cut open stuff. So as soon as I read that, I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Janelle, where's the camper keys?
Yeah. So everybody that watching this video, we want you guys to prove us wrong. Like if we say something that's wrong, go out and prove us wrong. Throw on your kit and prove that if you shrug, it's not more comfortable. I don't care what you do. Just go prove us wrong because we're nowhere near always right. We're just telling you what we've found works for us.
Guess what I did all day today? Watched YouTube videos. So
that's all I was. Watch your kids, but
well, I should have been doing that.
Not now. I'm busy.
Yeah. Important.
That's what I was telling the guys earlier. Yeah, I started watching YouTube videos on. I don't even remember what it was, and then I got suckered in 2 hours later. I'm like, what's this whole Joe Rogan, Carlos Mencia thing that happened years ago? I'm thinking, what was I supposed to? What was I looking for? I don't remember. Mm-hmm. Joey Diaz comedy. Oh, I love this guy.
Yeah, that's probably how like half of our viewers find our channel, like the dark hole. They just stumble into it.
Who are these guys?
What are they talking about?
Yeah,
they're like, this idiot shot a flashlight. What?
With steel shot?
Yeah.
Jason, that is a good segue though. Let's go into what you think about the TacPack. I have my own opinions.
Yeah, very disappointed. So most of our viewers know I had TacPack subscription. I think I went a full year one time. I might have done it twice before, and they had some like I got an AR-15 like a 12-inch handguard, and I grips and tons of AR stuff, AR parts that I've actually put on my guns and used. These 3 months, holy cow, man, it's been terrible. And Joe gave me the idea at the end of the last video to kind of put everything that I got over the last 3 months. What am I going to use? What is stuff that it's good, but I don't need it? And then stuff that's just, I'm not going to use at all. And it was about half the stuff that I wouldn't use. Now, again, kind of the caveat there is they're not promising that. They're not promising that they're going to give you stuff that you're going to use, but just tons of crap that it'd be just as useful in the garbage as it would be in my range bag.
What was the final Tolly?
I think it was so I spent $165 total over those 3 months. And I think I got like $70 worth of stuff. My estimate, like $70 worth of stuff. That's MSRP, right? Yeah. So deals that and stuff, probably like less than $50 is my guess.
Yeah. Some people might have got $200 worth of stuff they would use, but you got $60, $70 worth of stuff that you would use.
I had said, like, I had that Pitbull universal mag carrier. I had 2 of them already. So I'm not using that because it's bad. I really like it, but what am I going to do with 3 single mag pouches?
Yeah, put it on Walsh's back.
so Cody can get mad.
Next to the Lunchable.
No, I'm going to put a Butterfinger in that thing.
Like, Cody, why do I have a snack on my back of my plate carrier? Like, in case I get hungry.
That's
bro.
mine.
Yeah. Whoa, Slim Jim, now.
Hey, Joe, you see this?
Yeah, I see this. So I'm going to give you some Misfit. I'm going to give you some insight on that video. So I went telling the guys that we need to start doing YouTube videos, and Walsh went trying to make a Hollywood production, and it had been like 3 months. He still didn't have a video out, and I said, "Dude, you just need to get something to record and record something." And we were going back and forth about it, and I said, "Hold on, hold my beer, watch this." And I shot that with my phone on my little table. It was a terrible quality video, but I'm glad it got you hooked to the channel. I really am.
I think
so that's awesome.
That means he's like original. That means
OG.
Yeah. That's probably under like 100 subscribers at that point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, less than that, man. Because we just had a couple video. Like I did that crummy Olight video. Not the Olight went good. My video went crummy. And I think we had like either you or Jason. I think you, Walsh. You had done like just some quick shots of a couple paint jobs.
Oh yeah, that was all.
And that was it. Like that was all the video that we had at that time.
Yeah, that's funny.
So awesome.
Yeah, super OG. Like guys, I've been watching you guys for like a year. Like, oh, you legit have.
Yeah.
And you're still here. That's crazy.
Right? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, we haven't scared you away yet.
Yeah.
Golly.
You haven't figured out that I don't know what I'm talking about yet. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we're the Four Stooges.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think the world's gonna break if we ever get all 4 of us in the same state to do a video. Either the world's gonna break or somebody can go into the hospital.
So
maybe both.
I do want to hear in the comments, because I want to make Joe do this. Who would be interested in seeing a gun get Cerakoted? Because I think that's exciting to watch. And Joe, he thinks it's all
No, it's not. It's like watching paint dry. Don't do it.
I was just
Say
gonna
no.
say that.
Say no. You want to watch something get scrubbed down with acetone and then projectile paint come out of a spray gun and then it go into an oven for 2 hours? Like, no.
No, I could just see you like peel all the stencils off at the end though. I would probably like lose my mind. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's awesome.
I think when we did mine, I recorded some video of you spraying it, and I watched it later on, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to delete this.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I still have some of yours, but yeah, I watched it once because I'm like, what is this? Oh, that's what it is. Click.
So Eyes Wide Shut Senders, he goes, I found the Instagram page and was following that for a while before I realized there was a YouTube channel. So that's some good insight for me to know that we need to make sure to our Instagram folks know that we actually have a YouTube channel, and the Instagram is just kind of shenanigans that get thrown on there, but it's mostly all YouTube.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yes, Harry says he'd watch it. Oh, perfect. That's all I needed.
Oh, Harry.
So I used to be in charge of the Instagram profile, and really all I was doing is Joe would put some pictures of his paint jobs on Facebook. I'd steal them and I'd put them on Instagram, and then Braden or Walsh was like, "No, you're not doing a good job," and he took over and it just exploded.
Facebook screws up the quality, and let's create this Dropbox.
See, now look at us. We're thanking everybody for 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
They don't even know we have YouTube.
Right? Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy. So, hey, on that note, thanks for everybody that subscribes. Like we couldn't. This would have died over a year ago. I promise you, it would have died. So
we would have got bored with it.
Or just me continually doing reloads in the backyard.
Wait a minute. Like, people actually want to watch us? Oh, okay.
Right.
That's great.
I was just documenting dumb stuff.
Yeah. Misfit, you want Joe to shoot a rattle can? Is that what you're saying?
No, we talking about.
I'm sure he'll do that.
So Misfit, my actual airsoft, the one you probably haven't seen any close videos of it. That actually is rattle canned. We had some extra Kryptek stencils, and I went about mimicking Joe's style, and then I talked to him for a long time about how sorry I was for making him do that stencil on my gun, because it took me 4 or 5 hours to stencil it out. We probably should I have the spray cans too. We could probably rattle can your airsoft. I don't like doing blue guns. Yeah. We can Cerakote them. But.
I can. Yeah. I mean, if I get another gun that I don't care about, I'll rattle can it. But what I'll do is I'll do a distress look, because
it's gonna
spray paint gonna chip off and scratch off anyway, right? Cerakote tougher. That's why people use it. But if you do a distress look, then the more you beat it up, the better it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I could do a rattle can distress. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah. So I don't mind doing it, and then just go out there and then just toss it around.
Which one's your favorite, Joe? The blue hex
distressed? Yeah, that one. Yeah. Wait, you mean my child that no longer with us? The one that got given up for, it's not even got given up for adoption, got sold. So
we don't even know if they care for it, Walsh. Yeah, thanks a lot.
It's living a better life. It's living its own life outside of it had to leave the house. It had to leave the hen house.
No, it wasn't ready to leave the nest. It didn't even have feathers yet. You put 20 rounds through it.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, someone in our group, some Patreon somewhere is gonna, when we actually get Cerakoting again, which is gonna happen one day, is gonna buy a gun from us Cerakoted, and it's gonna be beautiful, because they usually always turn out amazing. And then one day you're gonna call them and you're gonna go, "Hey, how's my child going?" And they're gonna go, "Bro, it's been 6 years." Yeah, let me talk to it.
Yep.
No, that's gonna be on disclaimer forms.
Yep. Yeah. That you have to sell it to me if you sell it to anybody. You have to give me first right of refusal. Dude, I bought my Honda Civic in 2012. I just emailed the guy last year that I bought it from to give him an update on how the car's doing.
Yeah, okay, I can hear you there. I would love to hear an update on my GTI, that even though it was making me angry, I would love to hear an update. I hear you there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, don't sell. If you guys buy it, if you get Cerakote, do not sell that. We'll hear about it every single live chat until we die.
Or at least give me first right of refusal. And definitely don't sell it and then buy the same darn gun, not but 6 months later, and then say how awesome the gun is.
That did
when
happen.
You sold it, it was terrible.
That definitely did happen, and there's going to be a bunch of videos on it. I do want to add here. So they're talking about, you used it in the Mantis X video. The distress look would be cool. I put a little bit on our Instagram, but we do have some of these cool things that we're probably going to send around to the team to try out. This is the Blackbeard. Yeah. So I played with this a little bit last night, and it's really cool because it makes your actual trigger reset. So you're using your actual gear. So I put it in my 300 Blackout. You can use it left-handed or right-handed guns, which is interesting. And I tried a 3 in a blackout, which was cool because it kind of had like a weirder trigger. And then I had it in my 223, the nice one with the Rise armament trigger. So it was neat to kind of be able to run that trigger as fast as I could. I could run it a little bit faster than it could, but it still gave me a good pacing. So it was just really neat to kind of work with, and then run around the house. It does a green laser, so you can just kind of run around the house shooting everything. The wife wasn't super excited about that, but no big deal.
It's okay. It's cleared. It's okay.
It's got no bolt carrier. I mean, it's better than cleared.
Yeah, it's okay.
What are you calling dibs on? I don't even know what you're calling dibs on at this point.
I don't know.
Oh, the first to get. Oh, to get right to Cerakote. Oh,
yeah, don't stop.
We're gonna get that machine running up again. So,
Stop.
And that was like the biggest thing we had going. The beginning of Thin Line Defense really was gun building and Cerakoting. That was the big part of it, was the Cerakoting, and Joe was kind of the guy, and Jason was getting all the parts before. Now parts are impossible to find, and shipping is a little bit more annoying for the Cerakoting. But that's what we were doing at the beginning.
Yeah, think about how we started off. So I was building and Cerakoting. Jason went the parts guy. You were the financial backer, and Cody was the social media.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at it all.
I
don't Ceracate anymore.
It's all just evolved into like other stuff.
You're all social media. I don't Cerakote anymore. Cody watched kids and now has started running this, and Jason can't find parts.
I can. I just don't tell you guys about it.
He wants to do multicam black Cerakote, but Misfit, I'm gonna tell you this. The one I want to do is the similar colors, but using the burnt bronze. We've talked about it a bunch. I think it would be awesome.
No way.
Yeah, it would be amazing. Just do a little bit of burnt bronze. Oh yeah, that would be killer. That burnt bronze. Misfit.
If you can get some without the flake. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, it does.
The Beowulfs are amazing, but that's because we didn't know. But that burnt bronze is amazing for those. But I would say in a multicam,
yeah, you don't want shiny.
It's not very camouflaged when it's sparkly.
Yeah.
But those Beowulfs aren't meant to be camouflaged at all.
No. So Misfit said he ordered a Blackbeard and a Mantis X. Did you get the like X10? Or are you doing like, because we also have, I haven't tried this at all. This is the Laser Academy.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can pull Mantis stuff off the wall.
Yeah.
Hopefully Walsh told you about a discount code. I think we have a discount code to them.
That's $5 shooting tribute. Mantis, I have to look and see. I don't know. Oh, it's the X10. So I'll be honest with you. I learned on the X10. You may have watched some of my Mantis videos. I did a lot of training in the backyard with like the lasers, which I found to be useful. But the Mantis is really awesome because it'll show you what you're doing wrong very quickly. And it's not something you have to like use a whole lot, because you're going to realize you're doing something wrong and then correct it. Probably something you've been screwing up for like months. And you're going to go, oh. And then you're going to start shooting like 99s and be like, okay, I don't need this anymore. I come back to it maybe every like 4 months or so. And I'm like, nope, still good. You learn it pretty quickly. And then it's kind of something I would recommend that you use and then you give to someone else and then you trade all around. I need to set it up for these guys. They can do the same thing. But you learn really quickly. It's like having a coach. You don't have a coach come out with you every time. Be like, okay, let's check your form. You kind of already gotten there. Oh, Misfit had a 15% off. I will email them and ask for a code for Thin Line Defense then.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I'll email them now. I got a good contact over there, so I'll send them an email today.
Yeah. We try to save you all money. If you find better saving, definitely go that route.
Yeah. Because
we do the same thing. Like, oh, Thin Line Defense gives a X amount, but they give X amount military. Well, going with that.
Yeah. Or even if we
have about saving money.
We have somebody we're working with and they give so much and it's cheaper, you're not someone we work with. Unfortunately, it's a capitalist society and we're going to go for that too. Money's money.
Yeah.
So we have 55 minutes already, but let's press on and see what do we have coming down the pipe. You got anything, Jason?
So I am delaying. I had my hike up to Mount Hood. That video was going to be out tomorrow. I'm going to push that till next Friday though. Going to try some new things. Very disappointed in my drone.
Yeah, share the drone. Yeah, share the drone story.
So I bought an EXO drone. Saw an ad on Facebook, and it had good reviews. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it, and
sounds like the ATN of drones.
It was so bad. So I get it out to Mount Hood because I think I'm gonna get some great footage of the mountain and the snow and everything, and it was like looking at a camera, like one of those old ones that recorded straight to a videotape. Like it was all grainy and just garbage. So I emailed EXO and they gave me a partial refund. I didn't realize that if you return it within 10 days, you get a full refund. But if it's within like 3 months, they take 15% for a restocking fee. And I had ordered it. I don't think I even had it a full month from the time I actually got it to the time I sent it back. Yep, exactly. So
yeah,
I should have listened to Joe. I'll come out and say that. I should have listened to Joe and Cody and bought the DJI. Cody has a mini, and the EXO is about the same size as a DJI mini. And I saw a DJI mini at Costco, and it was like $100 more. I didn't do it. And it came back to bite me in the butt.
Live and learn. That's why we make the video, to tell the truth, right?
Yep.
You watched a whole bunch of videos saying that it's the best drone ever made.
Yeah. So I was mad. I was telling Walsh, I wrote 6 solid paragraphs of like, here's one 7-sentence paragraph of why your drone sucks. Here's another 7-sentence paragraph of why your drone sucks more. 6 times I did that. And they got it back, and they were like, well, we're going to have to evaluate it before we can say, was it crashed? Did you crash it? No, I didn't crash it. I might have landed hard a couple times, but and so they said, well, and you have 7 issues with it. That's really big. 6 issues. Okay, we'll process your refund right away. So I got my money back quick, but yeah, do not buy EXO drones.
Hey, do you want to plug your buddy that went up there with you? You said he has a YouTube and
yeah. So a good friend of mine, a coworker, his name's Matt. His YouTube channel is Disillusioned 1811, and he's just starting off. His whole premise is he has this Colorado ZR2 that he's turning into an overlanding vehicle. So he bought a Go Fast camper that he's going to get installed next month or 2 months from now. The dude is just like super into fitness. He goes running around Mount St. Helens, like 30 some odd mile run. And the guy's just a machine. And he loves outdoors. And so he came along with me and just had an absolute blast with him. Really good dude.
Awesome.
Have you told him that it's no longer the 1800s and we have vehicle to go 30 miles?
Yeah. So that's the other thing with his truck. He has a route plan from his house to some bug out location where he never has to touch like a major highway, like Forest Service roads. And he has this whole thing planned out. It's awesome. Awesome to hear him talk about it.
I love to see, I love to run it, have him run, okay, let's do it. Do a video of running it.
Yeah. So as a team, I was talking to the team about a very crazy idea that I have. And he's one that when I brought it up to him, he's like, oh, I freaking love watch that video, man. That's awesome. What can I do to help? You're going to start training? How are you going to start? You should video your training. He's a fantastic friend and just another awesome YouTuber. So really good at telling stories. Just all around good dude.
Joe?
Coming up?
Yeah.
Let's think. I just made the rest of my 6mm arc rounds. So I have 24 rounds in 105 grain. And then I started a 108 grain Hornady ladder load. So I made those. I will be honest, and I didn't take my rifle with me. So I didn't get the ogive, however you want to say that, for the 108 rounds. But we got it off of a different gun, and I just kind of used that. But it's just a ladder load, Jason, so I'm looking for feet per second anyway. So we got that. We have the plate stuff, and then quick spoiler, a little bit of a spoiler. Jason and I have decided to do some type of alternative, I guess you could call it, right, Jason? Alternative gun storage.
Yeah.
Besides just a safe or something like that. I won't spoil Jason's case you want to keep it a secret. But I'll tell you right now, I bought a flag. It's awesome. I went to Liberty Home Concealment. We got you all a discount. That was my one thing. Hey, I'll buy this flag. I'll do a video on it, but you have to give our listener, our subscribers, our viewers a discount. So they're willing to do that. I just got it hung today. It's awesome. I tried to make video, and I just kept having brain farts, so I stopped. But hopefully that'll come out soon. So yeah, I got 3 big ones in the works if my job would leave me alone and leave me in state for a little bit.
Harry was asking if you're able to find primers. I forgot where we got primers from.
So I'm lucky enough that, like I said, I am friends with Sean from We Like Shooting. So he had some primers. Jason found me powder. So it's kind of like the barter system right now. Like, hey, we'll use the powder that Jason found me, but you can use the powder, but I'm gonna use some of your primers.
Yeah.
Which it's just awesome. It splits the cost anyway. It really helps.
And Harry, if you're a reloader and you're looking for primers, most of the big places, people are buying from the big places every week. Brownells, Midway. If you sign up for notifications, they're gone before they even send a notification out. But if you're on the website pretty much every day, you can find stuff. The other thing is, if you're on Discord at all, there's a reloading Discord. I could find the page for you, and you can sign up for notifications on there. And I've had tons of luck of getting projectiles, powder, primers. You have to be quick about it because stuff sells out fast, but at decent prices in today's market. No $200 for a brick like you see on Gunbroker.
Yeah. Jason buys it without asking us. He's just like, bam. I think he might have did it today. He hasn't let me know yet or not, because I was looking for 3030, and he bought 2 boxes of 3030, and I'm hoping he's like, well, I'll sell them to you. Yeah,
so I know Joe. It's one of those things that, the market's just tough right now. I know Joe's been looking for 3030. So I happen to have I got an email like, hey, this 3030 is back in stock. Immediately I'm like, I'm buying the max 2 boxes. And then I emailed Joe, or sent him a message like, hey, you still looking for 3030?
This is awesome.
Is this price okay? And he's like, yeah, now that's a pretty good price. I'm like, okay, sweet. I got 2 boxes.
Good, because I already ordered it.
He goes, what are you going to use them for? Do you have a gun that shoots them? Like, no, I don't have a gun that shoots it.
Yeah. So
that's
I
for
was
you,
just
Joe.
hoping. Thank you, Jason. Ammo hard.
Yeah, I was at 2 gun stores today, and they didn't have anything for ammo. They had one little aisle of like a box of ammo, and they had a sign that said 3 boxes per customer. Like, man.
With an empty shelf?
Yeah. No, they had like some 9mm or something like that. I was like,
6mm Creedmoor is like the only ammo that I see. People must hate that round.
Yeah. I thought about, before I bought the 6mm ARC, I thought about rebarreling mine in 6mm Creedmoor just because I could find ammo for it.
I think it's an AR-10 round.
Is it really?
I think so. Yeah.
That's terrible. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
You good, Joe? That's it?
Yeah, doing 3, and I'll get them out soon, but I think I'm being sent off for another 2 weeks, so yeah.
Duty calls.
Yep. I still don't know when I'm supposed to leave Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Just for a couple more months, though, right?
Yep. And then I'm going to be jobless, standing on a street corner. We'll work for ammo.
I'm jobless right now.
Yeah, no. You need to get your sign ready, dude.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, no, you got it, Cody. Go ahead.
He says, I've been getting kind of lucky on ammo. I got 200 rounds of M855 for 130 and 150 M193 for 84 in the last week.
Good pricing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Well,
at least somebody finding ammo.
So this Sunday, I actually have the Wilder tactical belt. They did a lot of really cool things on it. I want to grab it. So it's a really thin profile, which I didn't know that I would love. But the way they connect it up to the actual belt, it doesn't actually use the MOLLE segments, but it has these actual like open panels in between here. So they're like longer, larger panels. And then the way everything connects up, you just actually like slide it all in and just screw it in. It takes like 2 seconds to connect stuff up and move it. I'm really a big fan of this because then like the profile of the belt, it's like smaller than, like once you connect it all up, the profile itself is like smaller than a whole belt, like the inner belt. So like it's really like discreet. I don't know if it would be like a battle belt, but like from a civilian side, it would be like, this is perfect. You could just wear this with your regular clothes and it'd be way easier to do. So I got that coming up on Sunday.
Do you have to have those special clips for it, or
no? Using the same inner belts we use. So same one we use for like our Warrior Poet Society. We did also talk to Blackhound today, and they are going to be sending us the 1x4, and they're also going to be sending Joe the 6x24. So you may see either an Athlon or a Blackhound to get shot by a shotgun, which could be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look for those next couple weeks, and then we have all kinds of cool stuff. I do still have the Primary Arms MD25, but there's not a solid release date, so we're gonna try and align that optic release out with the actual release date. So a little bit more of a hold. And last one, we're working with HRT, who does the Maximus plate carrier, Maximus placard. I'm a real big fan of this placard actually, and what we can do. So I'm going to show some cool stuff. We'll kind of go through, do like a top 3 placard video the next couple weeks too. So keep an eye out. If there's placards you like, you got the RDR. So if there's placards you like or placards you want to see, we want to do like a top 3, top 5 video on those too. So kind of show you guys what the options are. Lots of stuff though. So as always though, big thanks everybody. And if there's stuff you want to see, please tell us.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago,
What do you have coming up?
Got a couple things finally. So Chuck at 1441 Gear was at a gun show in Texas, and he met Steve from Dragon Mounts. And what Steve from Dragon Mounts does is he 3D prints a bunch of things, but mainly he 3D prints a AR rifle mount, so you can have a desktop mount, or a wall mount, so you can bolt it to the wall and mount your ARs. He does pistols, and like I said, these are 3D. He says it takes 12 hours to print the AR mounts and 8 hours to print the pistol mounts. So we reached out to him to see if he would like to work with us. He said he watched some of the videos and liked our style, so he's going to send us out an AR desktop mount and a 1911 desktop mount. And what he did, he took our logo and he 3D printed our logo in there. So we should get those in the mail here in a couple days. I'll do some videos, and I'll find some kind of way to display it in our live chats as well. And that reminds me, we owe Chuck a couple of videos for his holsters. But
I've been too busy wearing it to take any video.
Yeah, big fan of the 1441 Gear holsters. I know he's like, hey, you guys can show my holster. Like, man, I'm wearing it every day. I feel bad it's not making it on camera, but I'm literally wearing it every day. I'm training, and then I'm actually reviewing some other gear, and then I put back on his holster to train with. So,
Reagan, can you find that website for Dragon Mount?
Yeah, I can find one.
Yeah, so I have a Grey Ghost Gear belt review that's going to be coming out in 2 weeks. So not next Friday, but the Friday afterwards. And Chuck's holster is going to be on that. We're going to be diving a little bit more into that because he actually makes a level 2 holster with a hood, and it's a different design than what Safariland does. I really, really like it. So it's going to be, I might just do a review just on that holster and that option that he has.
I'm just going to sit like this. This is the way I'm going to show Chuck's holster.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I mean, you can see that he has his Dragon logo in these mounts, but after he printed out the 1911 one, he came back and said, oh, hey, I tried it with your logo, and when I put it on, put a 1911 on it, it covered your logo. So he ended up printing me another one. But pretty excited about that. I talked to him about a discount code, so hopefully we'll have something like that here shortly for you guys if you're interested.
Very cool. That's awesome, Cody.
Yeah, like that's my dream. If I could make a dream house, there would be a place in the basement that's hidden by a bookshelf that pivots out. I wanted a secret trap room, and when you walked in it, all my guns would be hanging on the wall with those.
Yeah. Yeah. So my coworkers, when I left my my other job when I retired, they made me some custom 1911 pistol grips, but I had no way to display them, and I didn't want to leave them on my 1911. But so I was looking around for something like this, and it just so happens that that Chuck found this guy and connected us. So kind of geeked out about it.
Yeah. And there ain't no better gun to put on display, Cody.
Yeah.
Than an awesome 1911.
Oh, you mean like, you guys want to display some Kimbers?
Yeah, I mean, Kimber don't make a good gun if you want to pay for the high-end one.
But I mean, $20 for that, and I mean, like I said, it takes 8 hours for him to print those out. And just talking to him, he called me on the weekend, and he's the deputy coroner for his little county. Super busy guy. So that, you know, the fact that he takes some extra time to make stuff like this and goes to gun shows and interacts with guys like us, you know, I really appreciated him, and so I look forward to talking about his product when we get it here in our hands.
Yeah, and if people haven't noticed, we actively hunt out the guy doing this, the person doing this in their garage. Like, we actively hunt those people out. Like, I fully support all the big businesses out there too, but if we can find that small business, that person just doing something in their garage, because that's how I started. That's how we all started. Mm-hmm. I mean, I still paint out of my garage. So if we can find that person and help them out, get other people interested in their stuff, and get a quality product, then that's who we're going to go through every time.
Yeah. I mean, he already has a kick-ass website, so I mean, he might have some pointers for us, you know. So
yeah, that website looked amazing.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw this. Cody, I'm gonna steal one last one before you wrap us up.
Yeah.
Misfit says, I have a pistol and carbine class this weekend. Any recommendations?
Do good.
Do good. Don't bring any hot garbage. Like, don't show up there with your Canon 45 red dot. Like, learn from me and the dumb garbage I probably would have done. Like, just show up with the red dot. Don't bring a magnifier. Just bring basic things to learn from, unless your skill set is amazing. But it's probably not. Go there, willing to learn. Don't bring anything crazy. Probably have a sling. Have a nice 2-piece sling. Have a simple Sig Romeo 5 red dot. Don't bring some 1x10 LPVO.
If you're doing transitions, start off in your house. Have your rifle completely out and extended, and let it go and see where it hits you. Because most people get hit in between the legs, and you don't want to do that out there in front of everybody and when you have live fire. But hats off to you for taking a class. Most people don't do training, which is the most important. You can have a $200 gun and win a gun battle against somebody with a $10,000 gun.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I would even love to have Misfit come on the live chat and tell us about his training experience.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
If he's up for it, I'm all on board for having him come on and say what he learned, what he thought, what kind of the growing things. And that's something we want to do too. There's even some other personalities. We've seen some Instagram and YouTube that kind of learned from nothing or taught themselves. That I would love to see what they have to learn and what we all have to learn from them. So if Misfit, you want to come on the channel, we'd love it.
Yeah, no experience behind it before he took a class. What he got out of the class, even though he had whatever experience, either all the experience in the world or none at all. It'd be awesome to talk about it.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Jason?
I was just gonna say about lunchables. The guy from Blackhound that was on, he said that when he ran the range, remember he had a dude that showed up that had like a 1911, an AK, and like a pump action shotgun, and either won it or he was in the top 3.
It was a female.
Was it a female? I thought it was a guy. Okay. I'm sexist. Anyways, they did really good, but it's because they train with that gun all the time. And then I can't remember if it was Walsh or Joe that mentioned some like Swedish sniper. Yeah.
Swedish sniper, World War II. Yeah.
So you train with the gun, even if it's just when my family's in the house, like I'll practice clearing rooms.
Uh-huh.
I mean, gun's empty. I'm not going to be shooting through the wall or anything. But yeah, I practice clearing rooms with my pistol and with my rifle. How would I do it with both? And if I get crazy with my shotgun. So you got to learn what's, especially where you live, like how you would do that type of stuff.
And this is something that Joe taught me, and same with Jason Arbelis, but he really taught me, he's like, Walsh, the biggest thing you need to get into is just understanding weapon manipulation. Just get comfortable with it. Because at the beginning, I really came from very little training at all. So he's like, hey, dude, if you're just watching TV, you should just be reloading. You should just be working, the charging handle. You should be reloading a magazine, just so you get those mechanical movements down. Then when you go to actually do them, you're like, okay, Walsh, do a Honda commercial. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, that's my reload. But, you get so used to the weapon manipulation then that when you say, hey, okay, do that, but go faster, you're not like, you don't want to think about it. You don't want to think like, okay, I'm going to think through my 23 steps for a reload. Like, no, it needs to be just like, all right, there we go. Like, wow, that was pretty fast. Do it fast. But that was a big tip for me. Just keep manipulating the weapon all the time.
Yeah. And to hit it home, you wouldn't go into a fist fight with a professional MMA person. Yeah. Like, why? Because they're trained and you're not. Like, you have the same weapons, but they're trained and you're not.
Look at this good comment. So he has this Arrow 10.5 build, which is awesome. Yes, you don't go crazy. I like it. I don't. What optic do you have on there? I'm just curious. But
this is M-Bus.
Oh, just M-Bus. That's fine too. He goes, I was clearing rooms in my house today with my LA AR and LA Police Care Play Care.
Do it.
Hey, awesome.
Do it more. Do it often.
Yeah. Yep. And you learn when your gear doesn't interface. Sorry, Cody, I'll let you take over. You learn when your gear doesn't interface with each other. Sometimes I'll put my stuff on and be like, oh no, having this here makes me not be able to draw cleanly. This has got to go. I thought this was going to be a cool idea, but it doesn't work. And same with, I'll put something on the other side and be like, nope, now I can't reload my pistol. So is my radio worth it to not reload? Like, yeah, I guess it is, but I can move it. But is like some random Snickers pouch? No, probably not. Not unless Cody gets hungry.
That's why you got the back panel.
Hey, Misfit, couple of words of advice for something like that. Lube up. Make sure your guns are lubed. And I would mark your magazines. So write a nip, like some kind of symbol or something where you know which ones are yours, or paint them pink or something, because there's going to be tons of stuff out there. It's going to look the same. And then also network, make some buddies out there and bring them to the channel.
Yep. If you put TLD on your mags, if you put TLD on the bottom of your mags, you get bonus points.
Yes.
Take a pen and paper so you can write down names and phone numbers. Cody, I think they're the best advice ever given on this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Words of wisdom.
Yep.
Yeah. And I love the Sig Romeo 5. You don't have to get we're here on a channel where we review $1,000 optics, and I will tell you, if someone asks me, hey, I just started shooting, what do I go get? Just get a Romeo 5. Yep. There's no reason to go buy something that costs $1,000. Just get this. It works just fine. I have like 3 of them sitting right over here. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. A new shooter.
You can find them on what? Brownells, Primary Arms, and PSA, which we have discount codes for all of those.
Yeah.
If you don't know, go to our website, www.thinlinedefenseco.com, and then go on to which tab, Walsh? The gear deals. Or deals?
The daily deals.
Daily deals?
Yep. Code. Go to daily deal and scroll down to the bottom. They're all of our coupon codes. So use them up, get you a $100 optic. I have that Romeo 5 on my prized possession AR. Like the best AR that I have, that Romeo 5's on it.
Yep.
Shake awake.
Yep.
And Misfit's so awesome. He's even rocking them Smoke Lancer mag. I try to sell everybody on TLD on those, man. I love those. And they're really just tired of hearing me talk about it. Is the problem. That's why I don't bring them up anymore. Like,
I have because of you. Yeah.
I already have 40 mags. I don't need to go buy more.
Cody has
40.
He's the best because he just has like an army of mags. Like, I never have to worry about mags. Like, do I have literally like an under a bed's worth of mags? Like, how many? Like, lift the whole bed and it's just filled underneath there.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, I bought seven 40-round mags.
The last time I bought a Sig Romeo 5, it was with 10 mags.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
For $200.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Crazy times.
Misfit, you're gonna go out there. You're gonna have a blast. We'd
Dude,
love to
you're
hear
gonna love
about
it.
it when you come back. Yeah, and then you're gonna see all kinds of crazy Gucci stuff. Just be prepared, and even ask people, "Hey, how much did that cost?" Or where'd you find that?
Yeah.
But again, bring them to the channel. We want to chat with them too. So
Yeah. And if you find that person that rocking a $4,000 gun, just ask them to shoot quickly and see what they do. And if their first shot's over 2 seconds, don't bring them to the channel.
Misfit, though, do send us, make sure we have all your contact info. So send us an email at thinlinedefenseco@gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat. Send us an email just so I can send you all the contact info to join the chat if you're interested in coming in and tell us your experience and what you learned.
yeah, that'd be awesome. What else?
I'm gonna put it in while you bring us home.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys want to end the chat?
Well, I mean, we can
So,
chit chat after we. I don't want to.
Dude,
YouTube's
I'm
like,
so
all right,
excited.
wrap it up.
All right, one thing. I have one question for you guys. The best item or the item you're most excited about that you spent with your stimulus check? Because you're supposed to be stimulating the economy with that, not being smart and saving it. So item you're most excited about.
I haven't used it yet, but we're doing flooring in my den.
Oh, you're excited about flooring. Cool story, I guess. Jason.
I can't say it because it's a secret, but it's our collaboration video.
Oh, the alternate method of
method of concealing a firearm that's not safe.
Walsh?
I invested it?
Oh my gosh. That's not stimulating the economy.
Well, I mean, what am I gonna buy more optics? Like, oh, okay, let me get another one. Put this next to the other one.
So I mean, I am kind of excited. I am trying to build a 10/22 precision rifle. So I did buy a barrel, but it was out of my own money. So
we have an optic coming for that too. We can share that.
Yeah.
We can share that. We got a Primary Arms ACSS 10/22 optic coming our way too.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about that because I have thousands of 22, and I think it'd be fun. And it's very hard to find. You used to be able to find parts for that everywhere. I got lucky and found a barrel today at Cabela's. I was so happy. That's why I bought it on the spot.
You pulled a Jason.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a freaking Ruger receiver, 10/22 receiver that's been sitting in my garage for 3 years. I've been thinking about doing the same thing, and then I was like, no, it's still sitting there. Thought I was going to sell it. Sold the stock to Joe.
I'll buy it from you if you don't
kidding
want it.
me? No. I'm going to do something with it.
I'll give you this eye if you want it.
Yeah. Jason, the type of person that find one of the detent pins for an AR. You're like, well, I have extra parts. Might as well build another gun.
Right.
I have nothing to put this in, man.
So a quick funny story. Hopefully I can say it quiet enough that my wife won't hear. So she was in the garage when I opened up the safe one day, and she was like, peeked around my shoulder. Where'd all these guns come from? And I was just like, oh, these things? I've had these for years.
Well, that's like the wall. So I had used something before the Dragon mounts, and the guys had seen me do. I used the Spartan mounts, but I wish I could use the Dragon ones. And there's slowly been additions to it, and thankfully, like nobody said anything. Like this, the wall gets taller and taller. Like I thought you're only going to get one. Like, I mean, that was the plan.
Well, you see what happened is when you get a male and a female.
Yep.
The birds and the bees happen, and then you get more. Yeah, and then you get more.
A friend and I, we built a couple, and it was like 3 weeks ago, we built 2 ARs, and then he just texted me last night going, dude, I want to build another one. I'm like, oh, you got it. Black rifle disease. It's happening.
Legos.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
For men.
It is.
It was like a month. I was telling Joe, I was like, I don't need this, and then I get it. I get the 223, my absolute favorite one that I was never planned, and I was like, oh, this is what I need next. Like, oh, there you go. You didn't even want that one.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what's the theory
into the moon?
What's Misfit talking about here? I bought what is that? We were going to say
zero delta.
I'm from Louisiana, so if y'all don't spell it correctly, mission ready with a Swamp Fox 1x6 it's so heavy, but it shoots so flat.
Yeah, is that? I'm guessing that's what he spent his stimulus on.
Oh, probably.
Good job, Misfit, and not investing it.
Oh, here's Harry. That reminds me. I went to the store and got collar stays for a dress shirt. The salesman said I had the perfect suit to match the collar stays.
That's a good salesman.
Yeah,
it is a good salesman.
That's the type of story an accountant would say.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with collar stays anymore.
Yeah, golly.
I leave them in my dress shirts all the time, and they get dry cleaned and they all melted in there. Like,
I just throw my dress shirts in the washing machine.
I can't do that.
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I don't care. And then I put them in the dryer, and then I hang them up, and I wear them just like that.
Yep. Money.
Yep.
Oh,
I know, Harry.
Yeah.
Hey.
What is this?
I said that.
That sounds like the type of story the accountant would say.
Goodness, that's awesome.
Well, hey, now there's our buddy to help us with our business.
I know.
Oh, yeah, we probably do need to talk to you, Harry. We have some things. Now that we're over 3,000 subscribers, it's kind of going from a funny little hobby to a, whoa, wait.
What are we supposed to do, and are we going to get in trouble by the government?
Yeah. When are we going to start getting in trouble? Like, what value is that?
Yep.
The tax write-off.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get Harry's laughing at us, but seriously, we'll probably reach out to you.
That's awesome.
Keep Uncle Sugar happy.
Yep.
All right. So we're at an hour and a half. I think that was we've had a good time. We always do. Again, we appreciate the subscribers. We appreciate Harry. We appreciate Misfit and all our other OG guys out there. 3,000 subscribers is crazy for us. And then when we're talking about 1 million, well, again, we'll come back and thank you guys, our OG subscribers. But thanks again. This is fun. We're getting better, I think, at this. It's starting to flow a lot faster. So we look forward to doing this again next week. All right. We'll see y'all then. Peace out.
See you guys.